fire is ripping through Southern California, with high winds driving columns of flame and smoke from the mountains to the sea.
The fire, which broke out just before dawn on Thursday, erupting into a massive blaze bigger than the island of Manhattan in a matter of hours. The column of thick black smoke blotting out the sun, turning day into night, and burning an entire town off the map. A town called Paradise, now hell on earth.
Fires forcing evacuations of star-studded neighborhoods like Malibu and Calabasas, with many celebrities posting to their social media accounts with their status, like Caitlyn Jenner on Instagram Friday, posting to her 9 million followers after news that her Malibu home likely burned down in the fire.
Don't know if the house made it or not.
The fire, now called the most destructive wildfire in the history of California. In Southern California, 2 major fires forcing the mandatory evacuations of more than 200,000 people, including the entire city of Malibu.
This is now the most destructive fire ever in California history, as this community has been reduced to rubble.
In Northern California, the town of Paradise turned to hell overnight. These incredible pictures show a tornado of fire raging there. The entire town is believed to have been destroyed.
The city of Malibu is at risk. Powerful, unrelenting 40-mile-per-hour winds are pushing flames toward the Pacific, claiming home after home.
I'm so scared right now. So terrified.
As the fast-moving wildfire ravaged Northern California, the entire city of 27,000 people was forced to evacuate.
Just go!
And if you take a look over here, this home has been completely gutted by fire and is collapsed right in front of us.
Powerful, fast-moving, destructive wildfires burning a hole through LA and Ventura counties.
The smoke caused by the fire is so thick, it's turned day into night.
Oh my God, I can't even see. It's so smoky.
The intense rising heat and turbulent winds have also led to tornadoes of fire.
20-year-old Colton Persifield shot this cell phone video as he drove through hellish conditions outside Paradise. He somehow made it to safety.
Heavenly Father, please help us.
A race for their lives through a corridor of fire.
A huge tower of smoke rose thousands of meters into the sky.
Further south, on the outskirts of Los Angeles, another pair of wildfires have reduced numerous homes to ashes and closing several highways.
Flames jumping the 101 freeway before dawn, shutting it down.
Filming on Instagram as embers pelted her car.
Please, God. Please let me out.
From above, the fire is almost like a great wall. Daylight and the extent of the devastation is clear.
But the aftermath here is apocalyptic.
Severe fires have ravaged large areas of California since October of last year. Now, the state is once more witnessing nature's fury at its worst.
And this is really tragedy on top of tragedy here, because of course this is part of the Thousand Oaks community, which was the scene of that mass shooting on Wednesday night.
By daybreak, homes lay in ruins, as did an iconic movie location. The Paramount Ranch has been the setting for nearly 500 film and TV westerns, from Gunsmoke to Westworld. The toll of destruction now appears to have grown exponentially.
right, now, October 2017, a mysterious cigar-shaped object was discovered entering our solar system. Did you know about this? It was an exciting moment for NASA scientists who called the asteroid our very first interstellar visitor. But what explains this bizarre nature?
Astronomers were excited to discover the interstellar object last year. It was named Oumuamua. That's Hawaiian for messenger or scout.
By all accounts, the asteroid nicknamed Oumuamua, which means messenger in Hawaiian, is odd.
And what you're looking at here is a meteorite. That came from our solar system, basically our own intergalactic backyard. Oumuamua, by contrast, is the first observed object to come from outside of our solar system. And get this, once it got here, it behaved in ways that scientists can't quite explain, which is why this team of Harvard scientists is floating a theory that even they admit is a little out there.
It moves at super fast speeds of almost 86,000 miles per hour, and it's about a quarter mile long, but only 120 feet wide. A new paper from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics gives one hypothesis that's been making headlines.
Oumuamua was discovered last October. It was tumbling past the sun at 196,000 miles per hour. To some, the reddish object looked like a cigar. Others thought it was shaped like a pancake.
It looks very different from objects that we have found in the solar system.
Avi Loeb, chair of the Harvard University Astronomy Department, said Oumuamua did not behave like an ordinary asteroid or give off gas like a comet.
There seemed to be an extra force that is pushing it, and it's not clear what this push is from.
In an upcoming paper, he and a colleague offer what they call a more exotic scenario. Oumuamua may be a fully operational probe sent intentionally to Earth vicinity by an alien civilization. According to their calculations, Oumuamua is less than a millimeter thin, but very wide like a sail, harnessing solar radiation to propel itself, similar to the spacecraft used by Count Dooku in the Star Wars films.
I just want everybody to take that with a gigantic grain of salt.
As it is to fathom the existence of aliens, it's apparently even harder for us to fathom the idea that we're alone.
Many people in the New Bedford area recently reported an unusual boom and shaking, but they couldn't piece together what caused it.
People in parts of southeast Massachusetts reported a bright flash, a loud boom, and violent shaking. Residents around the New Bedford area thought it could have been an earthquake, an explosion, or a really bad accident. It was around 8:23 Saturday evening, the 20th. Dashcam video shows a quick, bright flash in the sky at that time.
Right after that, there was a huge boom. Like I thought that house next door had blown up. That's how big it was. I mean, it was a major boom.
It rattled my house. It felt like it went into the ground.
2 fireballs were reported at that time over New England in the American Meteor Society's reporting page. Another fireball was reported in Rhode Island the following night. That fireball could have been left from pieces of Halley's Comet.
So did you get to see this tonight? A bright flash in the sky earlier? The National Weather Service confirms it was indeed a meteor.
A lot of people saw it. The video taken from the porch of Rachel Gildy's home in West Plains. There you see it, the flash, the top left of your screen. You can see the streak. It's pretty impressive, and right there it is.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
It sure is. And then we have this video taken by Janet Whitehall near Mountain Grove. You can see how bright the sky gets when the meteor crosses. It's like a large lightning strike.
It's pretty common to have a rock hit your windshield while driving down the interstate here in the desert, and we all know those rocks can cause some damage. But for one Tucson driver, their window took a hit, but they don't think it came from debris.
I heard a loud bang that sounded like something was not good, and I turned and it was my window, and it shattered the whole back window.
Malik Salgado freaked out but kept driving and called her mom Holly.
My daughter's known to be a little hysterical sometimes, but there was something in the tone of her voice, and I was like, what happened?
And that's when Holly remembers seeing posts about it on Facebook.
I had people responding to me saying, this just happened to me this afternoon in the same area right off of Prince and I-10. Some people mention their windshield, but more often people are saying their side windows, and that just doesn't seem very consistent with debris flying around in the road.
Holly asked those people on Facebook if they did anything about it.
They had said that they had reported it to the police, and that the police had said they were aware that people had been reporting it.
Sport Tucson reached out to DPS. They said they haven't heard of anything like this.
Well, folks in the Bellefonte community say they're feeling literally shaken after they heard what sounded like large explosions shook the ground yesterday.
At around noon Thursday, he says he and a coworker heard the first of what would be 5 loud booms and shakes within 2 hours.
We both jumped up and said, what the heck was that? We went around looking to see who hit the building.
But there was no car crash. Ross Litz with Triangle Building Supplies would not go on camera, but says the signs hanging from the ceiling started to shake, and this sign fell off the wall. Andy Nyblade, professor of geosciences at Penn State, says these 4 graphs show seismic activity spotted. Professor Nyblade says they're continuing to gather data and investigate what actually did cause the shakes.